Snake Eyes is a Nicolas Cage movie from the 90s, which is why they had to call this Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, which makes sense because it's completely worthy of a movie with Origins in the title. Henry Golding plays Snake Eyes. He saves the life of a character played by Andrew Koji, which, I mean, if you saw the trailer, you know who he is. I mean, I suppose a lot, anyhow, I'll get to that in a second. You know what? This is going to be spoiler free until after I give my rating. Then after I give my rating, I'm going to dabble into a couple of spoilers. Usually I do a spoiler-free review, separate video as a spoiler video, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to. The entire time I'd be spending time doing a Snake Eyes spoiler video, I'd be like, why aren't I talking about Dune right now? I should be talking about the Dune trailer. I don't think I'll have time to talk about the Dune trailer this weekend, but that's my point. That's why I'm not going to do a spoiler video for Snake Eyes. The point is, Snake Eyes is on a revenge hunt, and then Andrew Koji's character is like, hey, welcome to my family. Welcome to my clan. We welcome you in because we're nice. Which makes one of them, because this entire time I'm like, so Snake Eyes is a dick. That's fair. I mean, I didn't see it coming. I can say that. And credit where credit's due, Henry Golding was good in the movie. I've seen this happen a lot lately. Movies or something, I find it sloppy, or the script's kind of messy, or the characters suck. But the actors do a great job given the script and content that they have. I mean, it's one of those scenarios. Which makes me even more depressed about it. You have these great actors bringing it, and they could have totally crushed it in a Snake Eyes movie that was, you know, better. Or did the character justice at all. Or a movie I would watch again. But that's what you see with Henry Golding and Andrew Koji in this movie. You're like, oh, I see what could have been. Damn it. Does the movie feel too long? Absolutely, and yes, it does. In fact, the whole beginning scene with his father getting killed and little kid Snake Eyes, and he was like, oh, vengeance. After that's done, the very next scene is he's cage fighting, and I was like, this movie should have started out here with him cage fighting. Maybe you can sprinkle the father revenge tale into it and you start getting glimpses of that. Maybe you don't even need the father revenge tale at all. As for the action sequences, I mean, there are a couple scenes of action sequences, and again, it does that thing that movies do now where everybody is completely invincible. Sometimes they take damage. After they take damage, it's like they never took damage in the very next scene. It's like, hey, where's that sword stabbing you got? All right. I guess it's fine now. Between that and the characters ridiculously flipping around and being completely immortal. And yes, like I said before, some of the shaky cams, some of these fights, I'm like, dude, why are you cutting? Martial arts movies and martial arts fights are most entertaining when you just have it on the two actors, the two characters, and they're just going at it, and you're like, dude, this is uncut. This is amazing. Maybe there's a cut here and there, but it doesn't feel like it compromises the action scene. This movie did the thing of like, all right, we need to make it more intense. All right, here we go. Yeah, shaky cam. There's even a scene where Scarlett's walking. Not an action scene. It's just like the person with the camera was like, yep, we got Scarlett. It's like, why is it shaky cam? She's just walking. Dude, really? This movie doesn't feel like a Snake Eyes movie? And that's not just because he gears up in the Snake Eyes suit in the last shot of the movie. I don't care about that. You know, it's a Snake Eyes origin movie. He doesn't need to be Snake Eyes for the movie or half the movie. It would have been better served if he had earned the Snake Eyes suit at all. And yes, earned the Snake Eyes suit while going into the third act. So in the third act, he's actually Snake Eyes. That would have been better. That said, a Snake Eyes origin movie with him not having the Snake Eyes suit, that's not what bothers me. What bothers me is the fact that there's no real reason for him to get the Snake Eyes suit other than, hey, he's Snake Eyes. Of course he has to. Which adds to the feeling that this movie wasn't a Snake Eyes movie. It was some script with some other story with other characters. And the studio was like, I don't know, it feels kind of generic. But let's put G.I. Joe characters in it. So it'll be a generic movie, but with some G.I. Joe characters. Boom! That's how we do it here in La La Land. That's how we do it in Hollywood. Well, I can't say they're wrong there, if that was their thought. Also, they have to explain how Snake Eyes got his name, which doesn't make any real sense. I mean, it makes more sense that Han Solo is named Solo than Snake Eyes Snake Eyes. Take that as you will. Anyhow, as a non-G.I. Joe, non-Snake Eyes movie, the movie was just kind of long-winded, boring. The movie feels like a generic romp where the lead becomes a ninja hero, but he doesn't earn it, and he starts the movie out as an unlikable asshole and ends it as pretty much an unlikable asshole. As a Snake Eyes movie, it never felt like Snake Eyes on screen. I'm just not gonna remember this movie in T-1 day. Yep, already forgot. It's all right, with the spoilers here, just a couple of spoilers, not gonna go play by play, but you know how it is, I just gotta talk about a couple. First off, gotta address the fact that the trailer ruins not one, but two endings in this movie. It's like they were like, all right, let's show the last shot of the movie in the trailer. Yes, sir, technically speaking, that's not the last shot of the movie. There is a mid-credit scene as well. All right, well, we'll show that in the trailer too.
Call me Storm Shadow.
I mean, why did they do that? This Snake Eyes suit, I can almost understand, because they're like, people need to see him in the Snake Eyes outfit to make that connection. But the Storm Shadow thing being in the trailer when it was a mid-credit scene, no pass. Yeah, I ended this movie going, all right, so Snake Eyes is a complete unlikable dick, and Storm Shadow is absolutely justified in hating his guts. That's how I ended the movie. And I keep saying Snake Eyes is a dick without explaining why he's a dick. He's a dick because he gets taken into this place, into this clan by Storm Shadow, and he's like, oh, thanks, man. And Storm Shadow's like, my home is your home. And he's like, thanks, man. Appreciate the hospitality. What you don't know is I'm actually here as a spy to try to find this magical rock that you have, and I'm gonna hand it over to some super bad guy. In the entire movie, that's his purpose. That's what he's there for. He's there to get this magical rock for a bad guy. Granted, he's doing this for Cobra because Cobra knows where the guy who killed Snake Eyes' father is. But at a point, you know, you gotta go, the ends don't justify the means, and Snake Eyes decides that, good for him, very late in the movie. He's like, oh, so they're gonna totally ransack this town and vaporize people who are really nice to me? Maybe I should help. It's the stone that gives you the power of vaporization, which really reminded me of Fan Four Stick when Doom was walking around just melting people's brains or whatever he was doing. It reminded me of that. This Snake Eyes movie, it swung too hard into the realm of magic. I mean, it's G.I. Joe, I'm not supposed to take it too seriously. But when you go from martial arts training, stealth tests, take the bull from my hand without spilling a drop of water, to stone that vaporizes people with thought, you know, it's a little hard to swallow. So that's when Snake Eyes actually turns back and goes, oh, I think I made a mistake. Maybe I should help them out because they were really nice to me and I think they're all gonna die now. But at that point, every time that dude had the stone and just vaporized people, I was like, that's blood on Snake Eyes' hand. That's his fault too. That's his fault too. And so Storm Shadow, in order to protect his home, gets the stone and tries to vaporize the bad guy who was vaporizing people. And then it was like, no, you can't do that. Shame on you. You cannot be the leader of this place. And he's like, what? And then he gets really pissed and leaves. But in the end, it all comes down to, yeah, he blames Snake Eyes for all this. And it is Snake Eyes' fault. It is, to be clear, a hero's arc where the hero starts out as someone who's not a hero and becomes a hero. I love an arc like that. But this movie didn't do it well. It just felt off. It's not only the fact that Snake Eyes doesn't seem to give a shit that people were vaporized and it is his fault, is that the people of that clan, the family of the people who were vaporized, also don't seem to give a fuck that it's Snake Eyes' fault. Maybe that's what I don't like about this, is that Storm Shadow is this tragic character, and I actually do like that they did that. But Storm Shadow totally gets the shaft and Snake Eyes just gets let off the hook and it's all just fine. It's like, Storm Shadow, you use that stone to protect the people you know and love? No, that cannot stand. You can no longer lead this clan. Snake Eyes, you actually gave the stone to the bad guy, resulting in the vaporization of people we know and love? Here's a sweet ninja outfit. Sorry for your trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna be lamenting their deaths. I'm glad you don't act like you give any sort of fuck, but hey, take the awesome ninja suit. Do you have a vow of silence? No? Is your face burned? No? Do you your vocal cords cut? No? Oh, so you can talk in the next movie? He can in the next movie. He fully has the capability to take the helmet off and be like, hey, I'm still pretty. Where's Storm Shadow? There's no logistical reason he can't do that. It just doesn't feel like Snake Eyes by the end. But Storm Shadow being a sympathetic character who I absolutely get where he's coming from, I enjoyed that, but it shouldn't have been done at the expense of Snake Eyes. You know, you can do that, not at the expense of the hero. You can just have a hero turn out being a hero and have the sympathetic villain still be sympathetic. That's just complex writing. Or actually, give the hero a hero's arc. Don't just make him a spying, backstabbing asshole to people who were nice to him and then just say he was redeemed because he got the Snake Eyes outfit for no real reason whatsoever.